Hi, welcome back to Coldstream Rod Shop. I'm Derek Fraser. Tonight I'm going to talk to you about something that's ticked me off with my Model A. I have dual windshield wiper motors on the Model A and I've got a single switch. One of the problems I've had with it, and maybe some of you guys have had the same issue, is that when you hook up a single switch to the dual motors, you turn the wipers on and they go, and then you turn it to park and they just keep going until they realign and they'll finally park. They don't stop properly. I've done a lot of research online trying to figure out how to do it. There is actually a dual wiper motor switch. I went through a lot of trouble with it. We're going to go over to the other garage. I set something up to make sure that it works, and I'll illustrate to you how to actually wire up the dual wiper motor switches so that when you dual wipers with a dual wiper motor switch, so that when you turn it off, both of the windshield wipers will park and they just won't keep going on forever. So just join me over in the other garage in a couple minutes and I'll show you how to set up. Hi, we're back over in the other garage. I have set up the two wipers and the switch. Over in the Model A, the switch I have is set up like this one over here. It's a single switch, and basically you have the two wires going to the S portion on the side of the motor. It would be the S here. They go in series. They hook up to the B portion on the switch, and then there's a ground. So what happens is when you turn it on, the wipers start going, but when you turn it off and it goes to park, until both of the wipers are synchronized, it won't park. So the solution to that is actually getting a dual wiper motor switch. And the way that's wired up is you've got the power going to the plus on both of them through a 2 or a 3 amp fuse. The grounds, you can run it in series and go back to the ground no problem. But the trick is on the switch here is that you're grounding out the S with the switch, and you've got two separate circuits that ground each motor versus a ground that's in series. So this switch actually switches each ground off separately. So one wire goes over here to the 1 and 2 position, the 1 and 2 position on the switch. The other wire goes over to the 3 and 4 position, and the B on the switch goes to the negative. So if you'll watch here, they'll both go at slightly different speeds, unfortunately, but when I turn it off, they both turn off. Versus when I use the other switch, they just keep on going and going and going until they finally synchronize and then switch off. So there it is there again. I can let them get out of balance or out of synchronization, but the next time they go back to the park position, they'll actually stop. I made a little diagram here. Don't know if it'll help or not, but there it is there. Basically 12 volt goes to the positive, the ground goes to the ground, but then the key here is to have a dual wiper motor switch so that you have one line going here to the 3 and 4, one line going to the 1 and 2, and then the B or the battery on the switch goes to the ground, and it works just fine. So the 32.4 pickup is going to be wired right, and then when I get a chance, I'm going to go rewire and put a new switch in the Model A. Hopefully, there's probably some guys out there that said, I know that, but I know there's some other guys like me that don't know it. The one thing that happened to me was I listened to some other comments and I actually put power to the S. And when you do that, you'll burn your park switch out. So this cost me 2 motors and some screwing around to finally come up with a right way of doing it. The other thing that I'm working on right now is the pickup truck. I'm going to start working on the bedwood. So I have bought some stainless steel metal strips. They're just universal strips. I am going to mill up some wood, some nice oak. I've already determined what the shape is here. If there's anybody interested, send me a message. I can give you the dimensions for it. But in the other house there, I've got a full wood shop. I'm going to mill my own wood. I've got the wood all drying. So what I'll do is I'll mill up some wood, I'll fit it here, and then I'll cut the strips to length, and I'll go through it on another episode. But that's where we are. That's next up. And then I recently just got a new toy in the shop that we posted on Facebook. I bought a planishing hammer just for fun. So hopefully on a future episode I will show me using the planishing hammer on some of the metal in that. I just, for fun there, I just was playing with it, and obviously if you stretch the metal you can make a lump. So new toy, next job, and hopefully you understood, and hopefully that'll help you on the dual wiper motors, putting them in the car, and you won't get frustrated like I did, because that's how you do it. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, send your comments, and everybody take care.